Once again, my name is Everett Stroman Sr. I have two other videos which I posted before. In this video, just like the other previous ones, I'm going to speak to you about vision, which I've experienced multiple times in my life. In this video, I plan to go further in depth on exactly what is the vision, and also perhaps explain better why I chose to omit this from my other videos. I was born and raised in a very religious household. My father was a preacher as well as numerous family members. Since I believe that this is this good structure and background which has allowed me to be with you. Since a very early age, I have experienced these moments when time is standing still. I heard voices directing me my action. Now, I don't want to sound crazy, but the truth is, the vision and voices began after the first time that I was abducted by a UFO. The first time I remember this actually happened, I was around 12 years old. Not only was I taken, but I can recall both me and our family milk cow being sucked up into a strange craft. The second time that I can remember was in 1976. I was riding late one night down the back road when I saw someone being sucked up into a spaceship. Even though I was passing by, they sucked me up as well. I recall not feeling afraid. The next thing I knew, I was at work the next morning around 11 o'clock, and I went to find my friend and coworker who was taken the night before. He had no recollection of anything from the previous night. We never spoke of that night again. I believe that during one of my abductions, a thin wire was implanted inside of me, running from the base of my neck down to my toes. Two people looked at my spot on my back. They both were able to see and touch something which seemed to move. I've had numerous X-rays and MRIs, hoping a professional could detect it, but all tests have come back negative. I have donated my body to USC School of Medicine and hope that even after death, someone can find this implant and maybe even be able to help mankind. I believe there are a lot of people, and many have been abducted, and that our experience vary because we as humans vary. From what I experienced, I know that the aliens were studying sex organs of animals, as if they were attempting to understand our reproduction system. Like I said, I don't think none of us that have been abducted have the same experience or memories. I can only speak of what happened to me. I heard voices all the time, went so badly that I was unable to take a hearing test performed in 1995. I believe that I have been able to control my emotions, passion. I believe that I could not control my emotions and passion. I may cry for no reason without realizing it. When I would get angry, it seems as if I had no control over my body at times. It seemed to grow to another size. At any rate, I am really here today because of my vision and the current state of our world. The summer of 2013, I told you of a vision I had. However, I have not had the vision or heard the voices since posting my last video. The strongest vision that I can recall was a group of men sitting in a room planning the destruction of the American dream. This was not to be God's plan, it was the party's plan. In the future, they will become known as the political party that committed political suicide. One of the things I have also omitted was that in 2014, the White House and the Dow Jones have the number 16 in common. The White House address is 1600, and on January 2nd, 2014, the Dow Jones reached 16,000. 6 months later, the Dow reached 17,000 on July the 3rd. And again, a few months later in December, it reached 18,000. The 2014 interest rate and employment were both at 5%. Gas prices $2 a gallon. I want to be as honest as I can, but my life has seen and felt things which I cannot explain. I have tried to avoid any kind of gathering, whether it was in church, homecoming, class reunion, or even a barbershop. I felt that I was unable to control my emotions, my thoughts, but worst of all, I am unable to control my actions. Sometimes feeling as if I was going to end up in either jail or hell if I know what the forcer was saying. I have always had family and friends to help and support me throughout my life. My lifetime, but my worries are for those people, they have no one. I heard that there's a movie out that is called All the Money in the World. It's strange to me because I remember the voices saying these exact words and changing my vision at the end. And I said these words: if you gain all the wealth in the world and lose your soul, what have you gained? Life can sometimes be stranger than fiction, and I can attest to my life being strange. Yet I am still here. Sharing my vision has cost me a lot, but I feel that I am meant to tell my story in my words. If I can help someone along the way, then that makes my work complete. Instead of finding fault with someone because of your difference, embrace one another and learn from one another. At the end, we are all the same. People who are here only for a short time. Why not make the best of it? Thank you for taking time to view my video and hear my story. I'm closing by wishing you and everyone the best thoughts and prayers. However, I do have one story I need to tell. I have witness to this. In Richmond County, I think it was around 1963, my cousins, friends, and I were traveling from US 1 South from Hoffman to Marston in two different cars. We reached the bottom of the hill just as you get into Marston, and one of the cars broke down. I never mentioned to them that the site where we were at was just across the field where I was inducted years ago. However, for some reason, I decided I would get in between the two cars. The car that was running would push me, bottom of my shoes, and I would hold on to the bumper of the front car, the rear bumper of the front car. We had about a half a mile to a mile to go. Up a hill about an eighth of a mile, and then cross a railroad track, up another hill, around the curve, and further on through marsh. Well, we proceeded to do so. The bumpers all connected to my body, and they were able to push me from that destination all the way through Marshall to the house that we had to drop the car off. Now, there are witnesses still. A couple of people passed away. The people that know me here around Richmond County, they probably know some of my cousins and friends that were there at the time, from about 6 of us. And they ran outside of the car while I was there. As we crossed the railroad crossing, and it was a rough crossing back there in the 60s, I noticed that when we hit the bump, crossing the crossing, my feet were on the rear of car. It was just not falling down or touching the ground, but just sticking straight up, but not on the bumper. Now, maybe that was just help from God then, but for some reason, I never touched the ground, and the bumper finally caught up to my shoes, one of my shoes, and we were able to get the car home. But that is something that I thought was very strange, because I've never seen that done before. Thank you, and have a good day.